What's up, YouTube? Brett Hoover from Rants here. Alright, so should James Bond be played by a female? According to Daniel Craig, that is a big no. Now, a lot of people, including Bounding Into Comics, a website that I absolutely love, is a little bit misleading with that. They're trying to say, oh, due to pressure, he's changed his view upon this. That's actually not the truth. The truth is when he was asked the first time, he gave a middle of the road answer, basically like, yeah, a woman could be James Bond. But now he's given a more definitive answer of basically like, you know what? I don't think that's a good idea that a woman play James Bond. A lot of actors and actresses, they love giving these middle of the road answers because it doesn't offend anybody, it doesn't scare anybody away. It doesn't get them in trouble with the studios. It doesn't hurt their bank account in any way. They can have their own morals, their own principles, their own viewpoints, and they can keep those to themselves and just give these blanketed answers that really doesn't satisfy anybody, but doesn't hurt anybody's feelings at the same time. And I feel like that's what Daniel Craig did with his first answer. But his second answer, I think he just basically just told how he felt. And you gotta respect him at least for that. At least coming out and saying, you know what, you can change a lot of things. You can change Indiana Jones, the female, whatever, but don't change James Bond. You can create another character in that universe that is either plays along with James Bond or is equal to James Bond, but is a female, and that would be fine, and fans wouldn't throw a fit about it. But to change James Bond himself to a female, nah, 007, leave that alone. I mean, as a fan, I say, let's just leave things as they are for once. Leave your politics out of it. Leave your worldview out of it. I absolutely hate when people say, you know what? Especially like on Twitter and all these social media sites where they're like, oh yeah, change James Bond to a woman because my worldview demands it. Well, that's your worldview, but my worldview says no. So whose worldview matters at that point? And that's the reason why, at the end of the day, I might not be right, they might not be right, but when a writer writes that character to be that, then it should be left as that because it's only the person who wrote the characters a viewpoint that really truly matters when it comes to that. And in this case, it's the one who created, the author who created James Bond in the first place. He made him a man, period. No bones about it. Man. His opinion is the only one that matters. At least that's my view of it. But anyways, let's get into this story. It says James Bond actor Daniel Craig recently reversed course and is now claiming that the iconic character created by Ian Fleming should not be a woman. Speaking with Radio Times, as reported by The Independent, Craig stated, there should simply be better parts for women and actors of color. Exactly. You can have an actress or someone of color that is of equal standing in that movie with James Bond, and no one will throw a fit about it. No one will throw a fit. It won't change anything. They'll go watch the movie. There'll be no uproar at all about it if you would do something like that. But no, they always, like I said, a lot of these people on Twitter that come up with all these kind of crazy things, like just constantly changing anything that's male to female or so forth like that. They always have that same view in mind of we do it because, and we do it even if you don't, no one would watch it. We're still going to do it, and you know what? We'll do it in spite of fans. We'll do it simply because if it fails, then we can call the fans sexist, racist, or whatever, and then we can just keep making them and making them and making them and making them. And over a generation or two generations, people only know somebody like James Bond as a female. And then the next generation won't have a problem with it. So if they just keep that's kind of got to be the way things have worked now. Is if they feel like if they can just get it out there, then they can say, "Oh, that's canon of it." So therefore, the next generation comes in, and that's all they know. Well, then it just keeps going forward, and they're going to be more willing to see these characters as like a James Bond as a female character, rather than the generation that grew up with him as male. But it just drives me crazy every time that I hear a story like this. He even questioned, why should a woman play James Bond when there should be a part just as good as James Bond, but for a woman? Totally agree with that. It says Craig previously claimed that a woman could be James Bond. See, could be James Bond back in 2019. British tabloid The Mirror reported that Craig stated, I think that everybody should be considered, which is fair. Middle of a road comment, but still fair. Also, for women and for African Americans, there should be great parts anyway across the board. Totally agree. 100% agree with everything that he said there. Nothing wrong with that. Don't know why it offended people in the first place. He's not saying there should have been a woman should be a James Bond. He's just stating everybody should be given a chance for the role. Period. That's it. That's it. Craig's new comments with the Radio Times comes 2 weeks before the next James Bond film, No Time to Die, is expected to release in theaters. The film arrives in theaters in the United States on October 8th. However, the film is expected to hit UK cinemas a week earlier on September 30th. Now, I think basically what this article is trying to state is that he reversed course simply because he knew there was unpopular choice and he wanted to promote his movie and get the most people out to see his movie, which you'd say that. I just personally disagree with the fact that he ever said that a woman should be James Bond. Feel like could be and should be are two separate words and have two separate meanings. Wish he would have given a more definitive answer the first time around, but I'm glad that he eventually did give his, really just his opinion. Because I'm telling you, you're starting to see more often, yes, there's a lot of Hollywood crazies out there. But there are some just normal people that's like, I like these iconic characters the way they are. I just like these iconic characters as they are. I don't want anything changed. Nothing needs to be changed. There's no need to change them, other than some person on Twitter's worldview demands it. And to me, that's just not a good answer. If you can't give me a reason for it, don't do it. Simple as that. But as always, guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Do you think that he's reversing his comments? Do you believe that a female should be James Bond or could be James Bond? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching.